Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your travel god of extreme, Peter Joseph here for a Monday night video right here on the Peter Joseph YouTube wrestling channel. YouTube.com/Peter Joseph. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video. Hit the subscribe button down there in hell, otherwise known as the description box below. And don't forget to subscribe to my other channels as well. Show your love and support. Leave a comment on the video if you like. You don't have to. If you want to, you can. But don't leave stupid comments. You're going to get sent to the Shadow Realm, beaten severely. And then Ozzy and Satan will eat your, well, what's left of your rotting soul. So don't do it. Do it on your dead channel. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Don't forget to tap and slap that stinky bell. And turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because if you miss anything, you suck. You SOL. I hope you know what that means by now. But if not, you might get slapped even more. And that's that. So, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and all that other good stuff. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax. Grab yourself a nice, tasty beverage. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You know, well, get out of here, Grinch, and go fuck yourself. But thank you for watching anyway, assholes. And we move on with that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Monday night, December the 22nd, 2025, 3 days away from Christmas. So, I guess I'll say a little bit early, Merry Christmas, you fuckers! That's that. Hope everybody has a great Monday night. We got Raw coming up in a little bit, taped on Netflix. We got the Niners coming up on Channel 7 or ESPN. And, gonna be a good time. So, we got that. On your Monday night before Christmas. And, that's that. Alright. Got a couple of videos coming, tonight. This one, and then after Raw, I'll be doing another video, my Collision review from this past Saturday. This video will have Dynamite and Collision for Holiday Bash Night 1. So, we got that. But, got a couple of videos coming, left, until we get to Christmas. I might not do a video on Christmas Eve, because I will not be around anyway, so I'll be celebrating Christmas Eve with the family and the missus, of course, and they're just chilling, so got that. Christmas, I will do a couple of videos for Christmas, and then that's it. I'm just going to do my Christmas video, and I'm going to do, probably Dynamite, and then that'll be it. And as far as World's End predictions, that'll be on my social media. So, because I am taking a break from YouTube after, pretty much midway through Christmas, or around Christmas, so we got that. So, this weekend, going into, next Wednesday, pretty much from Friday till next Wednesday, it's about 5-6 days, I will be incommunicado. I'm doing a hard reset, but I will be back as soon as that sphere drops to usher in 2026. So that'll be my first official video back here on this great, lovely website of YouTube for 2026. And then later on New Year's Day, pretty much during the day before I go out for New Year's Day festivities and everything, I'll do my year in review video, and that's going to include Raw and NXT. Not reviews per se, I'm going to give you my thoughts about that, but it's going to be on my Shadow Slayer channel. So, if you're looking for a full review, you ain't getting it. So, but full Dynamite review for the New Year's Eve show, that'll be coming later on New Year's Day evening. So we'll be doing a couple of videos on New Year's Day. Then we're kind of pretty much going back to normal. With that, we'll talk about SmackDown. We'll do some predictions for Wrestle Kingdom 20. And we're going to do a review for that as well. So we're going to stay up late. Watch Kenny Omega. Well, not now. Not that, but, you know. We're going to watch Wrestle Kingdom. It's going to be great. Start off the year with a bang! And then we'll get back to your regularly scheduled reviews for 2026. And that's pretty much it. Hope you all watch my final rant of the year on my rant channel. So check that out. Basically just about JD and Ricochet, you know, still beefing. Because you know, JD's an idiot. His faithful subscribers are bigger idiots that suck his tiny one. But, you know. And then I sprinkle in a little bitty bits kind of coinciding with that. So, with my personal love slaves. Or, as Tony Storm would call them, slop tarts. So, we got that. But, check it out. Link to my PG Rants channel down below in the description box. But on your Monday night, December the 22nd, 2025, right here on the Peter Joseph channel, I am your tribal god, Peter Joseph. I am a content creator to talk about the wonderful world of professional wrestling or anything else I feel like talking about. You're going to like it. And if not, well, get out of here. But if you do like it, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss anything else. And, grab that tasty beverage and enjoy the show, like I said before. And that's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is time, after 7 minutes of spiel, for your official AEW Dynamite and Collision for Holiday Bash Night 1 review. Well, it's really late in that day, by the way. From last Wednesday, December the 17th, 2025, and we are emanating from jolly old England, love. Grab your Guinness, we're in Manchester, England, at Co-op Live. Alright, so we got that. Alright, so the annual Holiday Bash came and went, and, pretty damn good. That's all I gotta say about that. Alright, our commentary team, a little bit of a change this week. Well, last week, I should say. We only had the man behind the mask, Excalibur, and my good buddy, and maybe yours, Tony Baloney Schiavone, or Tony Schiavone, for people that know Jericho. Alright. So we have that. We were in Wales last weekend, now in Manchester, England, just for Dynamite, Collision, and an extra Collision for that Aish. And don't forget, this past weekend, we're in New York City, my neck of the woods, for Dynamite on 34th Street, which was taped. We'll see that on Wednesday night at 6 p.m. I believe 6 p.m. or 6:30. I think it's 6 p.m. So we got that. And also, Christmas Collision, which I was supposed to go to, but I was not able to go because I was a little bit sick. I'm a little bit better now. I'm still kind of like, right now with my throat, so. Pay the price when you sing. Sing those great metal tunes that are way better than, mumble crap. But I digress on that. So, my voice is a little bit not hoarse per se, but, you know, it's a little bit off. So. And plus, yesterday I had a humongous headache. Not because I was drunk. Just, you know, the weather got to me, so. We move on with that. Alright, so Christmas Collision will be on Christmas night at a special time of 9 p.m. Who's gonna watch that? Not me. I'm watching football. Speaking of football, go Niners. Tonight. Tonight is the night, baby. Let's go. Let's beat those dolts tonight. Get that number 5 seed, and then we fly back home, and then we got Sunday night football this Sunday night against the Bears, which could be for the number 1 seed. But Niners have to win out, so we'll see what happens with that. And Niners have to keep pace with the Seacocks. So if we lose tonight, Seacocks have to lose the next 2 games against Carolina on Sunday and us the week after that. So Niners can afford to lose, but I really don't want them to lose. But tonight, even with Phillip Rivers, he's old as fuck, but, people that are old as fuck can do some damage. Did he test already, anyone? The legendary Jet quarterback. Even though he wasn't a good legend, but, I'm just saying. I mean, he did good stuff on the Jets. He did good stuff. Cheated to win a game. You know the game I'm talking about, He didn't get in, and the referee's like, oh, he in. He in because he's a Jet fan. Alright, we got that. Alright. Let's get into this show. Alright, so, week number 4 of the Continental Classic. We're pretty much ending it on Wednesday. Actually, we're ending it this week on Collision. We're going to have the Blue League and the Gold League finals, basically, all set up. And I'll tell you right now, from the spoilers, it is going to be a very interesting Continental Classic. I think this is the best one in the last couple of years. Anybody can win this with the standings right now. Like, one point behind each other. Or it's like a 5-way tie. It's very interesting. So you could have somebody like freaking Okada probably can win it, defend his belts, I should say, even though it's a belt, can defend the belt against somebody in the Blue League like Moxley, like Roddy. It could be anybody. So, let's get that. Alright, so we start off Dynamite, speaking of Roddy! We came out alone, but... So, Roddy! He comes out, takes on John Moxley! Adam! Oh, sorry. Anyway, so no entrances, they just started a match. Moxley has 3 points, and Roddy, a big old goose egg. So, he needs to win to stay at least in contention, with, I think, 1 match remaining for him, and I think 1 match for Moxley. So I'm not going to go through everything, because I want to get into the Niner game pretty soon, so get that set up. Pretty good match, great match, back and forth they went, they go to the outside, and a backbreaker from the Messiah, all the backbreakers, Mr. Roddy Strong, on the ring steps. Ow! That had to hurt, and to make it even worse for Mox, a top rope superplex. Then they form an out, Moxley wins that, hits a big old lariato, and with 5 minutes remaining, Mox hits a giddy kata! Bang! Stop stealing my move, Mox, you fucker! I'm gonna start charging. I should. Anyway, so he hits that, gets a near fall, then a old-fashioned Paul Orndorff, yes you, Paul! Power driver! For another near fall, Mox grabs a crippler crossface, circa Mr. Benoit. Sends Roddy rolling over to the ropes, he escapes that, and then gets back up, hits that jumping knee strike, and Moxley looked like he was like, ugh. But Roddy got only 2 on that, locks in the stronghold, and then he switches his grip up a little bit to get more torque. Moxley kicked away, hits the paradigm shift for a delayed near fall. Ref. Anyway, but that didn't really phase Mox, as he is another Death Rider, or Paradigm Shift, basically. Finished off Roddy in over 18 minutes, so Mox gets the win. Good match, 3.25 out of 5 stars. So, as it stands right now, this is before before the collision taping last Saturday, and this past weekend's matches, excuse me. Takeshita and Claudio tied at 7. Takeshita has 2 matches remaining. Claudio has 1 match remaining, which he already had. Moxley now has 1 match remaining, which I think we get in, which we got this weekend, pretty much. So he has 6 points. Mascara Dorada, he had a great match this weekend against Takeshita. Oh! I saw some pictures of that. Woo! Sign me up. I should have been there. Sadly, it wasn't. But anyway, Mascara Dorada and Orange Cassidy, Fresh Whiskey's Orange Juice, they had 3 points, but they got the advantage because they got 3 matches remaining. Roddy has an advantage because he has 2 matches remaining, but he has 0 points. But he can play spoiler. So we'll have to see. So it's going to come down to pretty much this week on the programs. And, that's that. Alright, let me just take a sippy sip. Good old straight Pepsi. You gotta love it. Canned Pepsi. Because I ordered some Pepsi. So, it is what it is, dude. Alright, let's move on. If I can. Let's move on. There we go. Alright, after that, we get the man from the Bronx, New York. Eddie Kingston talks about learning from his loss to Samoa Joe, I believe last week at Winter is Coming for the AEW World title. That's going to be a problem for everyone who faces him afterwards. So he issues an open challenge, which was accepted on Collision. Not this Collision I'm talking about, the one after that, by a guy named Nathan Cruz. Who? Don't know. Alright, so we got that. 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. For Eddie's great promo. That's that. Alright, then we have the Don Callis family of the Unified Champion. You know him, you love him, you can't get enough of him. Kazuchika Okada! And the IWGP Heavyweight Champion getting ready for Wrestle Kingdom himself. That's Takeshita, or as we say, take a shitter. They team up with the man from CMLL, that's Hechiselo, or Hichiselo, with Don Callis on commentary. They take on the Elite of the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, and the man who we stay up for every Wednesday night. Wednesday nights I get to stay up late, watch Kenny Omega while Hey mom, I get to watch the show. Meltzer says I'm in the key demo. Meltzer says I'm in the key demo. Yeah. The ladies are anticipating that. They were getting wet in their panties with my golden voice and the silver tongue. Oh wait, that's Gertner's line. Shit. Big ups to my buddy Joe Gertner. I went to school with that guy. I'm not lying about that. Me and him were in the same class. And we got an A on the report. But me and Joel know each other from, not even from college, well, sort of college too, but we went to college together, we were in the same class together, but we knew each other before that. Not the same college, but he knows of my work. He loves my work. Great man that he is. Anyway, this match is for $1 million, Dr. Evil. I shall call him Mini-Me. God bless Vern Troyer. The great dwarf that he is. He's a midget! Alright, brother! Watch out for the midgets! Thank you. He doesn't like midgets, so. My brother from another mother. He's getting ready for the Niner game tonight. Can't wait. Alright, so $1 million on the line. The Elite are back in business. And, new episode today on the BTE channel. Go watch it right now. Tell them I sent you. This was another great match. We did see Okada and Takeshita still having problems. You know, they hit the Rainmaker, and then the, Takeshita hits Raging Fire on each member of the Young Bucks. But we get near the end, a running knee gets a near fall on Matt. Takeshita and Okada get in another argument. And this is after they hit their finishers. Hichisaro tries to calm him down. Calm down, essay! Calm down, essay! That didn't work. Nick fires off some super kicks. But you know, with the Bucks, we have a super kick party! And then Kenny comes back in with those wicked Snapdragon suplexes of his. And then they hit a triple super kick on Hichisaro. And that was pretty much it for him, as we get a Spite One-Winged Angel. That's new. Spite Hichisaro. Kenny gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. So the Elite get $1 million. Not that Kenny needs it, but the Bucks, you know, they really needed that. You know, to pad their paycheck, get merchandise, and, you know, more BTE. Ha! There you go. Alright, so we got that. 3.5 out of 5 stars. I mean, typical Bucks match, basically. And with Kenny involved, too, so. So we get that, and then after the match, well, Okada and Takeshita lay out the Young Bucks. Then they argue again. I think that's like the 5th time during the match. And then Kenny makes a save with a big old push broom. Because he's the cleaner. So, in the Bucks, Don Callis family, Kenny feud continues on. I don't know what's going to happen at World's End, but we'll see. And we move on. But great to see the Elite richer than ever. Even though they got $333,000 each, but, you know, pretty much chump change to them. Alright, we got that. Alright, we're going to break. We come back with Tony Baloney Schiavone in the ring and brings out the participants for the AEW World Heavyweight title match. We got Samoa Joe, the champ, with the Ops. Pretty much, Katsuyori Shibata! Powerhouse, Will Hobbs, and they send for the man! You! Hook! Get in here with your Doritos, you fucker! Hook, ladies and gentlemen. With his Doritos. Mr. Joseph, do you have any Doritos? No, Mick. I got Ruffles today. Sorry. They're very tasty. Yeah, you can have some if you want. No, I'm gonna have a Dorito. Okay. Tell Mr. Ripwreck. You know. Oh, tell him, you have a nice day! Merry Christmas! Okay, thank you, Mick. Thank you. Hey! Oh, what, Mike? I just wanted to say Merry Christmas! Okay. Merry Christmas, you fuckers! Believe in Mike Awesome! I'm gonna be in the Hall of Fame! Mark my words! Okay, you are. Please, for the love of God, write to somebody and get Mike Awesome in the Hall of Fame soon. Alright, Mike, you have well, it's not Christmas yet, so I'll talk to you on Wednesday. Oh, yeah, I forgot. That's secret, right? Yes, Mike. Don't say nothing. We'll talk on Wednesday, okay? You just make sure the ladies are ready, right? I'll make sure. Okay. You're a good man, Mike. I know. Thank you. You want to say goodbye? Bye! Okay. Comedy. Oh, it's cringe! You still watched. Because you can't do impressions like I can. Haha. Because I'm gifted, you're not. Alright, let's move on. Alright, so, Samoa Joe and company. Swerve! I don't know that new dance. He's like, dude, like, Nana, you having a seizure? I mean, seriously. And then he goes into the swerve dance. I mean, it's a remix swerve dance. I have to learn it. I'm trying to. So, they come out, and the Hangman, Adam Page, about to do some cowboy shit! Alright, so they're all in the ring to sign the contract. But before that, we have some talking, of course. Joe knows Swerve and the Hangman will self-destruct in the match, so pretty much had nothing to say, signed the contract. Swerve talks about how he has some mutual respect with Adam Page, but there's also mutual hatred to you, Joe. And he promises to leave a footprint, or boot print in this case, on Joe's face that'll look uglier than that garbage statue he had in TNA in 2007. Oh, that was bad. I'm like, what is that? I know it kind of resembled his Samoan, like, lineage, because he is Samoan. I mean, legit, he's Samoan. It's not Joe, you know? He's legit Samoan. Even though he comes from where does he come from? Van Nuys, California? He's billed as from California, something like that. But, anyway, I didn't like that at all. It was like a precursor to the Usos. Remember when the Usos had face paint? That was weird. Do some more! Do some more! Blah! Like, okay. And then they did that, they go, ah! And then it didn't go to the day one-ish, theme. They went to the old school, the pre-Bloodline theme. I still like day one-ish, I'm just saying. It's way better than the old school theme. Day one is just me, Oos! Alright, so we got that. So that was savaged by Swerve. So then he signs a contract. And then Adam Page talks about how they all worked together to get the world title off of Moxley, because it took him like a year to get that off. Adam Page did it. And then he gave both of them title shots, but Joe decided to turn to the dark side and team up with the Ops, and doesn't want Joe to be remembered as what he is right now. Adam Page is like, I was ready to defend the belt against anyone who helped him, including you, Joe. But now I'm not sure who is going to leave World's End with the belt, but it's going to be someone new. Meaning him? Maybe Swerve? I don't know. Now the lights go out. Sabu! No, not you, Sabu. You stay there. The lights go out, and we get our resident asshole. He's back. Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker. Boom. He comes out, Monster Pop. And he grabs the, pretty much the Money in the Bank contract that he still had. He never cashed it in. He takes it, signs it, and now we're getting a fatal four-way match for the AEW World title. Then he tells Shivani to hit the bricks there, you tub of glue. That's not fair, Max. You be nice to your elders. Anyway, then he just went off on pretty much everybody in the ring. Well, except Shivani. So pretty much says, I work to prove that I'm not a coward. And he gets right in Joe's face, tell him to shut the fuck up. And then he says, I want to prove to you, Joe, and these people, and the people, the fans, that I am really great, and promises to end Joe's title reign at the same place where you ended my reign last year, which was World's End. So then, Max goes to Swerve, compares him to, you guys are pretty much similar. You're both moguls, you're both crappy rappers, or mumble rappers. used way too much baby oil, so he compares him to P. Diddy. That was crazy. So it's like, the fans knew you as Swerve, but I know you as Shane, because his real name is Shane Swerve Strickland, for years on the indie circuit. He remembers Swerve going to WWE. Uh-oh. Oh, WWE. Boo! Boo, WWE. Boo! Boo, bad. So he says, so he's like, I remember when you went to the WWE, and I even remember you twerking for top dollar. Yo! Yo, AJ Francis sighting. I mean, not sighting, a reference. I was like, shit. Swerve got all like, he's like, he chuckled a little bit, but he knew it was pissed. He's like, then you came here, you did pretty well. You had like a measly title reign. Though you're not great as me. So Max is like, this is my house, and rent is due at World's End. And he goes, you want to know why? Because I'm Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you, and you know it. And then he just, like, throws up the mic and leaves, and I'm like, shit. We got our asshole back. And I'm telling you right now, Max is winning that title. If he doesn't, we riot. Holy crap. I mean, I've known Max since 2015, when he was a schmuck back then on the indie circuit with various promotions, here in Brooklyn that he frequented, and Creative Pro, Wrestle Pro too. I mean, he plays his character very well, in and out of the ring. I still don't understand how he got Alicia Atut. I guess Alicia Atut has a thing for tiny pickles. Sorry. Sorry, Alicia, you should have went with somebody bigger. Just saying. Alright, so that segment was epic. 4 out of 5 stars. That's that. Alright, going to back. Speedball. Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight together as Get Speed. They fire each other up for their upcoming matches later on. We get that. Alright, then we go to an 8-woman tag team match. We have the Mega Problems, Marina Shafir, and the Mega Sis, Megan Bayne. They team up with the Ring of Honor Forever Champion, Athena, and 10 Belts Murnay, the CEO, Mercedes Moné. Because as you know, last weekend she lost the Red Pro titles, because that counts as 2. So now, from 12 down to 10. So, really, it's 9 if you don't count the Owen Hart belt. So anyway, they team up to take on the AEW Women's Tag Team Champions, the Babes of Wrath. Holly Cameron and the resident fun girl, Widow Nightingale. Bam! And they team up with the Timeless Love Bombs. Hell, screw! And that's Tony Storm, Timeless Tony Storm, darling! Bosom! And my 4th amazingly hot Asian wife, you love her, but only I get to fuck her, and that's Mina Shirakawa. Alright, match was pretty good, not great. Went 9.5 minutes. But, get to the end. Willow goes to the bait with a powerbomb, that gets broken up, and Super Hurricane Rana drops her, and then Mina hits a flippy dippity-doo to the floor. And then Mercedes is like, hey, I can do that too! But she gets cut off with a bounce! Period, by Willow. I mean, I was like, damn, I was waiting for her to get sent out to the freaking crowd. The way she hit that pounce. Monty Brown? A man from the Serengeti. The alpha male, Mr. Monty Brown. The creator of the pounce. Willow hit that flush, too. I loved it. Anyway. So, Willow hits the pounce and a flippy dibbity-doo by the big woman. Drops Megan Bayne on the outside. Goes back in, and then Athena comes off the top with a very quick O-face. And then Mercedes kind of just pinned her right there. I think Mercedes should have hit her finisher, the Moneymaker, because it felt like when Willow got hit, she went boing, plop, and then she didn't really sell the move. She got hit with it. Mercedes just pretty much rolled her up. 1, 2, 3. So the heels get the win, and then you see Willow get up like she no-sold the whole thing, and she's like, ah! Like Mercedes rolled her up with a handful of undies. Willow, you need to sell more, because that wasn't a good sell at all. Alright, that's that. Good match, 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, back to the Continental Classic Gold League action. We have the bastard Pac at 3 points. Takes on Kyle Fletcher, the Protostar. Protostar! Sorry. At 6 points. This was a pretty good match. 15 minutes exactly it ended. And getting to the end, Pac gets a near fall off a Tiger Suplex followed by a Poison Rana. Fletcher popped right back up with a kick to face and a powerbomb for a near fall. Goes to the Blade Buster. And Pac escaped that. Gets in, locks in the Brutalizer. And Fletcher barely got to the ropes with his foot. And then one hell of a running clothesline by Pac. Gives him a near fall. Fletcher kicks him in the corner. Hits the Blade Buster for a near fall. Go to the corner. Or a Super Poison Rana. Ow! Plants Fletcher. And then Pac goes up top. Hits the Black Arrow. And he gets the pin in pretty much 15 minutes. So, little shocking win there from the bastard Pac. And the match I gave 3.25 out of 5 stars. So as of right now, do we have anything else? No. Alright, before as we're going into Collision, last week's Collision on Wednesday, in the Gold League, Okada, Mike Bailey, and Pac and Kyle Fletcher all have 6 points. The only person that doesn't has 1 match remaining is Mr. Kyle Fletcher. Kevin Knight at 3. He got that match with this weekend. On my next video, he takes on Okada. Oh, and shocking ending there. And then Jack Perry has 3 matches remaining. And he has a goose egg, because he's taking over for Darby. So we got that. So it's anybody's game right now, like I said before. Alright, then we end the night with the Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royal. The winner gets, the final 2 participants will face off this week on Dynamite to get the Dynamite Diamond Ring. So MJF is not defending it. So we're getting a new actual ring bearer, if you will. So Max, 5 years in a row, ain't doing it no more. Which I think is good. But I digress. Alright, so we had Luchasaurus, Ace Austin, Shelty Baby, Shelton Benjamin, Max Caster, and Anthony Bones of, well, they kind of reformed the Acclaimed. So, and they did Sesame Timber, so I guess now we can say, Sesame, mommy ass! Oh, I miss doing that. The ladies did too. Josh Alexander, Mark Davis of the Doghouse family, Brody King, and Bandito Brodito within the match. Who? Bishop Quan! I know that Quan! And Toa Leona, and Ricochet of the Demand. And that's that. Pretty much it. And we get to near the end. Brody King has to fight out of the corner. Death Valley driver to Ricochet into Bishop Quan in the corner. That was nice. Then a bunch of people head outside. And so Toa Leona grabs Bandito by the throat. Brody King hits a running charge, eliminating himself to save his good buddy. So he eliminated himself and and Total Leona at the same time. And then we're down to Bandito, Bishop Quan, and Ricochet. So pretty much a 2-on-1 in a 2-on-1 handicap match in a battle royal. No. And then Bandito dumps Bishop Quan. Ricochet got back in because he didn't really get eliminated. And that's the end of the match in a little over 11 minutes. So Bandito and Ricochet will do battle on Wednesday night for the Dynamite Diamond Ring. And that's pretty much it. And we end Dynamite right there, which kind of went into a little bit of collision. So we got that. But the Battle Royal wasn't even great. So I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. As far as collision goes, Dynamite goes, I thought it was pretty good. So I gave it 7.25 out of 10 stars. And that's that. Alright, let me fire up Channel 7 because I'm not firing up Netflix. Alright. Alright, we're almost done with that. And, Wheel of Fortune is about to end. With, Seacrest out! And we get that. Alright, let me take a little sippy sip and then we'll get back. We'll be right back after this. There you go. Alright. So hopefully we can get the collision. Okay, we're gonna just wait for my my notes to load. Alright. So collision was a pretty good show as well. Once again, that came right after Dynamite. And same commentary team. So it's the second half, or pretty much the last third of a double show on Wednesday. So we had Dynamite and Collision on Wednesday. Thursday, I think Thursday they taped last week's Collision, which was on Saturday. And then they flew back to New York to tape Dynamite and Collision that we'll see this week. So they already done the tapings. They're pretty much all the stars of AEW are pretty much back home for Christmas. But, you know, pretty much after Christmas, they're on a flight to wherever World's End is. I think Chicago. So they'll be there for on Friday. It'll be a Saturday. And then next... I forget what they are for New Year's Smash. And live Collision, January the 3rd. That's live. So, we get that. Alright, let's move, Alright, so we start off the second half of the 3-hour show with Jon Moxley and company. Says, I like this tournament. And, you know, kind of intrigued to see who wins this thing. And he likes to antagonize people, talks about beating Roddy and stuff. If I can get my notes to... There we go. He likes to antagonize people, and that's what happened when he beat Roddy in a tough match on Dynamite. And Mox like, I left it all in the ring. And we'll see what happens with him. That's that. Alright, we continue on with the Blue League. We have Orange Cassidy at 3 points. Takes on Mascara Dorada Esse with 3 points. So the winner pretty much moves up to tie for first place in the Blue League. Or at least first or second. Not first place. Maybe second or third place. Excuse me. So this is a pretty good match. A little over 11 minutes left. Orange Cassidy gets the win with a crucifix after Mascara Dorada tries a top rope arm drag. That got reversed into a crucifix bomb, like a super crucifix bomb. And Orange Cassidy gets the win in a pretty good match, 3.25 out of 5 stars. So the current leaderboard after that match, Takeshita and Claudio at 7 points. Cassidy moves up to pretty much second place, tied with Moxley at 6. Mascara Dorada stays at 3. Roddy stays at 0. They got 2 matches remaining. Moxley and Claudio have 1 match remaining. and then everybody else has 2. So we're gonna finish this shindig off this coming week on Dynamite and Collision, and we'll find out who goes to World's End to get that Continental Classic belt, or the Continental belt, or as we say, the Continental Breakfast of Champions belt, the IHOP, Denny's, McDonald's Breakfast of Champions belt. Aww, Mickey Mouse and Minnie and Pluto. Mickey! Okay. Hi, kids! Anyway, after the match, we get a code of honor as Orange Cassidy gives Mascara Dorada S.A. his glasses. That was pretty interesting. We'll get that. Alright, then we get to see E-Ho. Mercedes Moné and Athena not happy with being asked if their win avenges their loss in the women's tag team title tournament. So they want and get a women's tag team title shot at World's End. And then we find out Mercedes is going to defend the Web Pro title in an open challenge on the other Collision. Not this Collision, last Saturday's Collision. We got that. Alright. Then we go to Jamie Hayter, otherwise known as Daphne from Scooby-Doo. She takes on England's own Isla Dawn, or Isla Dawn. And it was an okay match, nothing great. Jamie wins with a Haterade. You know, she hit Haterade, it looked sloppy, so it's like, alright, we're gonna do it again, we're gonna make it look good. So, we get that. So, double Haterade on Isla Dawn, and Jamie gets the win in under 7 minutes. And then, they get back up. Sportsmanship! Yay! We get that. Then the Triangle of Madness, Decla, the Spider Lady, and Sky Blue, and my girl, Julia Hart, they come in and beat the fuck out of both of them. And Decla takes off her belt. Bam! Right in the boobs. Ooh! That had to hurt. And then the back. And then Chris Cakelander, the AEW Women's Champion, she comes in for the save. And then, I don't know what happened. I think there was some miscommunication, and Jamie hit Haterade on Chris Statlander. Just like, you know, does one of those Pete Dunne things. Oh, sorry, Pete fucking Dunne. So we get that. So it looks like we're going to get Jamie Hayter and Chris Cakelander for the AEW Women's Championship at World's End. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, speaking of titles, the tag team titles are on the line. We had FTR, Fuck the Revival, with Cash. He's got a Glock! Wheeler and Dax the Axe-Harwood, along with the man who gets no hose, Stokely Hathaway. They defend against the Bang Bang Gang of Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson. This is a pretty good match. Getting to the end, little miscommunication between Cash Wheeler and Stokely Hathaway. Austin hits the Famouser, gets a near fall on Dax Harwood, but Cash Wheeler sends Austin Gunn crashing over the barricade. Ow. And then, but somehow he gets back in, breaks up the Shatter Machine. Then he hits Dax Harwood in the face. I mean, boom, with a left hand, a wicked left hand. Thanks to a foot on the rope. Because he dropped him, and then somehow Dax got his foot on the rope, thanks to Wheeler, of course. Not William Yuta, but anyway. And then, freaking Bang Bang Gang, like, oh, we won, give us the belts! Because Paul Turner goes, 1, 2, 3, and then everybody's like, yeah, new champs! And then Paul Turner's like, no, right away, no, foot on the rope! And then the Bang Bang Gang, like, yeah, they got the belts, they're holding them up, like, we won! Paul Turner's like, no, you didn't win, look, foot on the rope! And then they're arguing, and they attack both guys, then they pretty much Pillmanize Juice Robinson's knee. And then, pretty much, I think it was Dax locks in an Indian Deathlock circa 1915. And, then he wrenched it, grapevined it. It was crazy. It was sick. And Hughes had no choice but to tap out. That's it. 14.5 minutes. So FTR retains the tag team belts, and we'll see what happens with them later on. And that's it. Alright, guys, I am out of here. I'm going to watch the Niners, because it's that time. And that's it. So, Collision was alright. I gave it a solid 7 out of 10. And Dynamite, like I said, 7.25 out of 10. But let me know what you guys thought of both shows in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, all that other good stuff. And that's it. Alright, guys, I'm going to watch the Niners. I will be doing a post-game show here on the channel. Win or lose. Hopefully we win. But we'll see what happens with that. And then, after that, I will do a proper Collision review over on my main channel, KillDemon669. We'll talk about Raw tomorrow afternoon after I get back from the doctor. It was my final appointment, pretty much. Well, not for the year, for this week, because I got Christmas. You know, all my doctor's appointments are done after tomorrow for Christmas, and I go back right before New Year's Eve. That's that. So we got that. So Raw review tomorrow. We'll get you ready for NXT, and we'll see what happens Tuesday night on your program. And that's that. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. Go Niners! Let's get that win tonight. And hope that old man Rivers, that 44-year-old schmuck, throws 6,000 interceptions tonight. We'll see what happens with that. And the Niners offense, Brock Purdy, you better do what you did last week and kick ass. Defense, got to pick it up tonight. Last week was just abysmal against the Titans. Hopefully we don't get a repeat, but we'll see what happens with that. And we're going to move on. So, let's watch some football, and if you're going to watch Raw, have fun watching Raw. And that's that. But we'll talk about Raw tomorrow. Alright, guys, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.